This is one of those stories where the headline almost sounds too stupid to be real. Trump was supposed to sign a bipartisan housing bill. Not some tiny symbolic thing either. This bill passed the Senate 85-5. It passed the House 358-32. In this Congress, that is basically a political unicorn. And what was it about? Housing. The thing people are actually getting crushed by every month. Rent is insane. Buying a home feels impossible for a lot of families. Mortgage rates are high. Prices are high. People are stuck living with family, stuck renting, stuck watching Wall Street buy up homes while regular people get priced out of their own communities. So Congress finally does something bipartisan on housing, and Trump cancels the signing. Why? Because he wants his voter ID bill first. That is the whole story right there. He took a housing bill and turned it into a hostage note. Pass my election bill, or I hold up the housing bill. And I want people to sit with how ugly that is. Because this is not about fixing housing. This is not about helping families. This is not about rent, mortgages, inventory, construction, or Wall Street investors. This is Trump looking at a real economic crisis and asking, how can I use this to get more power before the next election? That is the pattern. Take a real problem, hijack it, demand something unrelated, then call it an emergency. And of course, he calls the Save America Act a national emergency. Because everything with Trump has to be an emergency. Everything has to be a crisis. Everything has to be dramatic enough to justify whatever power grab he wants that week. But housing is already an emergency. People not being able to afford a place to live is an emergency. Families getting priced out is an emergency. Young people giving up on home ownership is an emergency. Wall Street buying up homes while working people can't compete is an emergency. And Trump looked at that and said, not yet. First, give me voter ID. That should tell people exactly where his priorities are. Because when the choice was housing relief or election control, he chose election control. When the choice was signing a bill that almost everyone agreed on, or turning it into another MAGA loyalty test, he chose the loyalty test. And this is what makes it so pathetic. He will stand in front of cameras and pretend he cares about working people. He will say he cares about families. He will say he cares about the cost of living. He will say Democrats are destroying America and only he can fix it. Then the second a housing bill reaches his desk, he uses it as leverage. That is not populism. That is not leadership. That is not strength. That is a president treating people's rent and mortgage pain like a bargaining chip. And yes, Republicans will try to spin this. They will say voter ID is common sense. They will say election integrity matters. They will say Trump is just forcing Congress to act. No, this is a housing bill. If he wants a voter ID fight, have the voter ID fight. But don't take a bill about housing and hold it hostage because you want your election rules first. That is the line. This is not normal governing. This is ransom politics. And every American who is struggling with rent, trying to buy a home, or watching their kids get priced out should be furious. Because Trump just showed you the truth. Housing can wait. His election agenda comes first.